Hi, welcome to another episode of I Don't Have the Answers, but let's talk about it anyway. I'm your host, Tim Ford, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight. Last week, I didn't have an episode to publish. I spent the week enjoying it with my family and showing my son his first fireworks show. Now, he's seen them before, but this time I actually went a little bit overboard. I was launching off mortars the size of baseballs. I'll put a little clip at the closing credits to show. But I'm back this week and I want to talk a little bit about our children and the decisions that we are facing right now all across this country about what to do next. Because in a few short weeks, school's starting again. And if you're a parent of a child anywhere from 6 to 25, you're worried about them going back to school, be it at elementary school, high school, college. You're worried. I know I am. I've got a 6-year-old little boy getting ready to start first grade. And I have to decide, is he going to actually go back to physical school? Or is he going to stay home to do online schooling? Are we going to if we do the online, are we going to do the same exact schedule that he does at school? So we can kind of still be involved with that class, but he's safe at home. Or do we do completely online and he gets to make up his own schedule? Well, we make it up for him. So that I can work my job and during the day try to corral him so he doesn't flip out and then spend the next 5 hours after work trying to teach my son. These are pretty heavy decisions. And if you're in the same situation that I am, trying to make these decisions, I have no idea how we're going to do it. I know that from the day that he was able to understand the spoken word, I was telling him I was going to protect him. I can't. I can't protect him against this one 100%. You can't see it. All I know is that he's at a critical and crucial point in his education where social skills are still developing. It's not just about the book education. It's not just about what he's going to learn from the teacher in regards to math and social studies. It's how he's reacting with other kids in class. It's just as important. I don't want to keep him away from that. But I don't want him getting sick just because he's going back to school. I know that when I drop him off that first day when school starts back in session, I'm going to be second guessing everybody else that I see, wondering if they're actually following the guidelines that have been put out, if they're paying attention, if that person that's checking his fever to see if he has a fever, if they're actually paying attention to the numbers on that thermometer, if they're being as diligent as I am. I have to trust that they all are. I have to trust in the faculty and the teachers, the administration, that they are doing everything that they can to keep my little boy safe. That's a whole lot of trust to put in other people. But I've trusted him until now. I've trusted him to get through every other thing. I mean, sure, this is something totally new and we haven't done this before. But every day that we take our children to school, we trust that they are going to do the right thing. While it might be on a different level now, this is the same thing. We have to trust them. Now, I'm not pushing everybody to make the same decision that I did. I want you to mull this over on your own. Think about it. Make the decision that's right for you and your family and your little guy or girl. But actually think about it. Don't just make the choice that's the best and easiest for you. We can figure out ways for either one of those options. We just gotta work a little harder at this one. So if you're out there and you're still saying, this is nothing, I don't believe in it, I don't think that COVID is really that bad, I really don't care what you think. This disease doesn't care what you think either. Yeah, if you're young and healthy or old and healthy, it might not faze you at all. It might just be a really bad cold. It might be something more serious. I don't care if you believe it or not. But be safe. There's people that are saying that they don't want to wear masks because it's inconvenient and they don't think that it helps. I don't understand you. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I do not understand how you could say that wearing a mask couldn't possibly stop this disease. Nobody's saying that this is the cure. That piece of fabric is not the cure. What we're saying is that if two people are facing each other and they're talking without a mask, there's a good probability that when they open their mouth to speak, spit is going to come out. You might not see it. It might not make you sick, but there's a chance. If one of you has a mask on, it'll reduce that chance. If both of you have the mask on, it reduces it even further. And if you stay your behind 6 feet away, it reduces it even further. Now, it's not a magic distance. It's not something that's supposed to, there's a barrier at 6 feet. No. There's plenty of doctors out there that'll tell you that the velocity and range of saliva exiting your body during a normal communication, a normal conversation, diminishes drastically at 6 feet for the average human being. So they just put a guess, a marker, 6 feet. It's kind of like a seatbelt. Might not save every life, but it damn sure saves more than not wearing them at all. So, if you're out there walking around, pissing and moaning that you have to wear a mask, just go home. Don't wear it. Stay in your house and just be by yourself. But if you're out there in public around me and my family, I'm going to talk about you loud enough for you to hear it, because I'm coming right at you and saying, could you please put your mask on? I will be 6 feet away from you when I say it, but I will tell you. That brings up another point. If you go into a place that is not yours, a place of business that you do not own, and you are upset that you have to wear a mask, you're not making sense. It's not your place. If that owner, manager, whoever says you have to wear it, put the damn mask on. Now, if you want to open up your own bistro and serve coffee and walk into that bistro without a mask on, it's yours. Go for it. Have a good time. I sincerely doubt that there will be a lot of visitors coming to your place of business if you're not wearing a mask, though. Because the rest of the people that are paying attention will all have them Now, this might have been a wild ride or a wild tangent that I went through, but it all hits close to home for me. I know that there are a lot of people out there making the same choices right now. I see it on social media all day long. Parents asking other parents for advice. I have a request that I'd like to make, though, along that same line. If you are scrolling through and you see somebody that is posting something on social media that you do not agree with in regards to their children, shut your mouth and keep scrolling. It's not your business. They asked for advice about making a decision or making a choice. They did not ask you to condemn them socially on a platform that they cannot retaliate face to face. If you have the balls to say something like that to their face, then do it. Go for it. I want to buy popcorn and sit back and watch. Because it's about to go down. Be decent to one another. If you see somebody saying something that you don't agree with and you can't scroll past without addressing that, do it privately. Just learn from this. There are two diseases that we are being faced with right now. COVID-19 and stupidity. There's a simple cure for one. I can just ignore you. I've been doing that for quite a while. Pretty good at it. So let's see. We've talked about taking our kids back to school and the crazy choices that we have to make. We've talked about wearing masks in public and why it's a good idea. We've talked about how we need to be kind to each other in social media, especially when people are asking for advice on how to make these decisions about their kids. So that's pretty much everything that's been happening to me this week. Oh wait, there is one more. There's some good news. Or news? Maybe not good. I had the opportunity this week to accept a new job offer. Some of you that are watching, this might be news to you. You might not realize this, but after 8 years at the same place, on the 17th will be my last day. I've learned a lot from that job, and I bear no ill will towards them. But this is a new direction and a new chance for me, so I'm taking it. It also affords me a better work-life balance, and I'm looking forward to that. So maybe another topic we'll have this week is change. Regardless of what's going on in the world, it's always time for positive change. So if you see the opportunity and you have thought it through, take a chance. Go for it. I am. I'm excited about this new change. And I'll make sure to talk more about it as the time goes on. But for now, I want everybody out there who's watching and listening to know that I am here and available to talk to you about anything that we've talked about before, any ideas you have in the future. Just let me know. I'll be glad to chat about it on the camera, off the camera, it doesn't matter. If you'd like to be part of the show, have a subject idea or a topic, drop me a line. You can find me on any of the social media platforms and whatever method you've chosen to watch me today. We've got SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, you name it. All that information will be down below. Oh, and while you're scrolling down below, don't forget, like and subscribe. Anyway, As I've said many, many times before, and I will continue to say every week, I do not have the answers, but I will talk about it anyway. Thank you very much for joining. Have a wonderful evening.